Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch here. Welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We had around 4.5 hours of recorded live stream for the Toronto Pro Super Show. So I hope you enjoyed that watch party. In this episode, we're going to, congratulate Iain Valliere. We're going to congratulate Iain Valliere on winning the Toronto Pro Super Show in the men's open bodybuilding division, qualifying him for the Mr. Olympia. He has... he has consecutively been to, I think, the last 6 Mr. Olympias. So he's been doing a phenomenal job of doing a good job with his career, and then also representing Canada as a whole, being one of the foremost, most popular and most successful Canadian bodybuilders of all time. Now, I do want to discuss some things that I've seen online. Of course, you're gonna see Trigili put out garbage. That's his prerogative. He's not here to promote bodybuilding. He's here to collect a check. So you're going to see that. And I wasn't surprised when I saw his video. I think the video was, is it over? Watched about 3 seconds of it. And I'm just like, you can't even watch this stuff. It's just garbage. And I would even say Nick Strength and Power's recent video was a little clickbaity too. But I do like Nick Strength and Power. I think he's a good dude. He's an all around quality human being. I can't say that about Trigili. Now, there's other channels that I was a little bit more surprised about that, they're not even taking the time to congratulate people on winning pro shows. They're immediately going to, what is wrong with Iain Valliere's chest? Is his career over? Is he turning into the next Marcus Rule? Is he turning into the next, Big Papa Pump, the Schneider guy, Scott Schneider? I'm not mad. Most people would say, you mad, bro? I'm sure I'll see it in the comment sections below. Oh, well, it helps the algorithm and helps this channel grow. So please drop it down below. But there is a discrepancy in Iain Valliere's chest that you can see from a specific angle, front on most muscular crab that he did at this most recent Toronto Pro Show. So we will discuss that at the very end. Enjoy the B-roll in the background. But let's go ahead and look at some of his more famous shots of most musculars, specifically the crab, over the last 4 years, starting with the 2019 Vancouver Pro. This was where he and Hadi Choopan competed. I love this look. This was the same year, I believe, he did the bleached blonde hair. I thought it was a phenomenal look for him. And you can clearly see that there's not a lot of space between the pectoral minor area, that lower chest shelf. You can see that, there is that gap, but it's hidden from the really big, full, thick pectoral muscles that he's been able to develop over his, very successful pro career. 2019 wasn't much of an issue. Now we move into, I believe this is 2021's Mr. Olympia. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you can see a small piece of that inner pec has started to move away. Now, I will be honest, something is going on. I don't know if it was a car accident. I saw Lee Priest in the comment sections on one of these channels that I was really disappointed with, comments saying that he's seen stuff like this happen from car accidents with the trauma of the seatbelt causing nerve damage. Again, more nerve damage conversation for Iain. I feel bad for the guy. He's kicking butt, doing the best he can for him and his family, and he just can't seem to get a break. He's such a nice dude. He's so open and transparent, and he really does provide a lot of quality content for us. But it seems that bodybuilding as a whole is more interested in putting him down instead of lifting him up. Here on BNN, we like to advocate for athletes and promote shows. And when we're talking about critiquing someone's chest, saying, is their career over? I don't think that's conducive to bodybuilding. I don't think it's promoting bodybuilding, and I don't think it's advocating for athletes. So I'm not going to do that. But I will point out what I see here. And there is definitely something going on. You can see a little bit of the pectoral atrophying, if you may. There is something going on from that Olympia. Moving into this next shot from the next year, I do believe. This could be at the Olympia. This could be at the Texas. I'm not too sure off the backdrop. I see a Better Body sponsorship, so it probably could be a Florida show, probably the Texas Pro. You can see a little bit more of that atrophying happening in the upper chest. This is a very unique angle that it would accentuate this dip that he does have. So I do want to give that caveat, but there definitely is stuff going on with his chest. There is some atrophying going on. There must be some sort of injury, or maybe it's just genetics. It's hard to say in bodybuilding. A lot of it is subjective, to include the judging. So you got to stay with me. You got to just stay with bodybuilding and just see how things evolve. Moving lastly, I don't want to make this video too long. I do respect your time, and I do appreciate you watching this video in its entirety. Please leave a like if you enjoy this style of content, as it is not my favorite type of video to do. Looking at the most recent shot from the Toronto Pro, it looks very similar to the other one, except the chest is not as pumped up. It's not as full. He's not doing the same type of crab shot where it's going to give a little bit more thickness and volume to the chest. So it's very difficult to give a fair comparison, a fair judgment to Iain Valliere without using the NPC News Online photos, which I will no longer do because they like to threaten journalists. So I usually just use Flex News Online or whatever I can find on Instagram that is free use. So am I worried about this, right? Is Iain, as Trigili like to say here, is it over? No, it's not over for Iain Valliere. He's still a top 10 Olympian. He will, knock on wood. I know in his interview with myself at the last Olympia, he did say he wanted to break that 7th place curse. Unfortunately, he did in the wrong direction, finishing not 7th place at the last Olympia. Now, I don't know where he's going to land here. I'm hoping he's going to continue to be a top 10 Olympian. I think he's a great ambassador for bodybuilding, but the physique has to match up with the reputation. You can't just give people placings. We're not even going to talk about Labrada or Brandon Curry. We're not even going to get there. But overall, I love Iain Valliere. I really appreciate what he does for the sport. He's such a down-to-earth, genuinely nice guy. He took the time to have me interview him at almost midnight the morning of the Mr. Olympia prejudging. So that kind of puts in perspective the caliber of person we're talking about here. So think about that when you look at these athletes. Remember, they are human, they are people, and he just won a pro show. He's adding to his legacy of pro show wins, and I think that's a phenomenal thing for him. I'm so happy for him and Melissa, the C-Bum family, everyone over there. His new coach, all that. Very happy for him. I'm hoping that somehow he can address this chest atrophying issue, or if this is maybe just a fluke, or maybe this just is how it's going to be for the foreseeable future for him. I'm not sure, but I wish Iain the best of luck, sending nothing but love his way. Thank you for watching another episode here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I hope you enjoyed Toronto Pro's coverage. Stay tuned for more content like this. We have some more long format podcasts coming out soon. I know we've had a break. We will get back into it. We will get back into Two Bros One Pod and Bodybuilding Daily, where we have highlights of athletes, some of your favorite athletes, in long format Joe Rogan style interviews. But I'm your host, Josh Sanch. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns in my DMs on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.